meet this energy halfway. I am doing my best to recognize these subtle frequencies, these subtle messages, and to work with them like I did with the interdimensional lantern. It's working with these frequencies, working with these subtleties, and troubleshooting and bringing them up. And that's part of also why my isolation is so important right now. I have visitors at times, but I have a lot of isolation and a lot of alone time. It's the melting pot. It's the crucible right here where this is all happening. The alchemy that I am promoting and supporting within myself, and hopefully within others. For example, clients come and they have even deeper emotional experiences and releases during and after their soul prints. What's happening? Something is being raised. Something is being adjusted. Little tense strings are being maneuvered, and that's part of Raven and my agreement of what we did. And this is part of this seriousness that I mentioned about with the portal, the healing portal. Is this is for real? I'm really working with some energy here that is very important, and it was a massive gift from what Raven is before she became Raven, and what I was before I became Damon, and this agreement. It's a massive sacrifice on both of our parts, and I am not going to throw that away. That opportunity is priceless. I think it's more priceless than a life. Everyone's, you say a lifetime is priceless because we don't, like a human lifetime, a human life, I don't waste it. Well, I think this other level is even more priceless. So the situation that I'm in, I recognize, although it is difficult and challenging, I recognize that it has been set up so perfectly, and the precision is impeccable. The timing, everything with the world and everything that's happening, that I don't want to waste that at all. I'm not going to waste it. I have so much to do from my end, and Raven is supporting me from her end. And I believe that's why so many people are having these experiences. And then those people, you guys, having your experiences, then intuitively get more activated in a good way, more turned on, and do your part, whatever it is inside you that you need to be doing, as your light turns on, as you connect like Christmas tree lights, to the other lights in circuit, and become part of a larger brilliance, a larger communication, a larger network, web, like a mycelium. There's just so much to be grateful for right now. I grieve the loss of Raven in the physical, but when I tune into my higher self, my deeper self, the part of me that knows something more, the loss pales in comparison. The difficulty is that I'm not always on that. I go back and forth, and I think that's important to go back and forth, and I never want to become numb or insensitive to the loss of Raven as a physical being, as my partner and soulmate. And right now it kind of flicks back and forth as my awareness changes, and flicks back and forth like an on-off switch, which is just like with my coffee. If I'm in a certain mode, my coffee is so much better. Now that's amazing if you think about it, how much just that frequency that you're operating from can affect something as simple as your enjoyment in that moment of whatever you're doing. And this is what I want to work with and I want to develop, just like with the realizations that I made through a difficult experience doing the carving. That's now taken me to the next level of understanding and ideas of what I want to do for next year, and hopefully a workshop for people who want to try this with me. Like I'm getting big stuff happening, and I really do think that, you know, the gifts you get are as big as the difficulty that opened the portal to begin with. So when something really intense happens, you gotta grieve, you gotta go through that process, but if you could just keep in your mind that there is equally and more a massive gift waiting for you. And the more you can, even if you fake it till you make it, the more you can show gratitude in those painful shards of experience, that is what is transforming, even though it doesn't feel like it in the moment, because you're in excruciating emotional pain. It is happening. You are shifting your reality, and this is part of what I want to bring awareness to, is those moments are the most powerful gifts, even though it doesn't feel like it, that you could ever have. It's just that most people miss those moments. And healing is completely different than what we think it is. It's a whole other thing. This healing that we've been taught is a shadow of its true self. Just like this world, as wonderful it is as it is, at least our perception of this world, which is this world, is a shadow of, I don't know the right word, but the real world, or our potential minus the shadows. I don't, like, I lose words to describe it. We are at this place. We are sitting on an egg, each one of us, that wants to hatch. And it is time. All we need to do now, it is to work on the subtle frequencies, not bash around. Go a little bit inwards. Work on yourself and hatch that egg. Go into the crucible, go into the pain, go into the anguish. Face those difficult times. It doesn't matter what people classify your struggle as. It doesn't matter about shit going on in the world. Just let it melt away and work on yourself, because you are connected in many ways, and the work you do on yourself will affect others. And if we all do this, and just we'll blow the fuse of a different kind. We'll blow the fuse of the artificial world, and it will light up the real world. So let's do it. This is my invitation to all of you. You don't have to do what I'm doing. Just if what I'm doing can inspire you, maybe. When you tune into your own core, your own heart, your own healing will start to unfold. You'll know what to do, but you will also get all the voices in your head, most likely, that criticize and try to stop you, and you go, oh, I can't do this, this is ridiculous, or whatever. You got to find a way to weed out those voices and clear your energy field, or else you're just kind of like this at best, and you're just canceling out your own frequency. You're eclipsing yourself, which I think most people are in a kind of semi-permanent state of eclipse, or at least fluctuating, like a cloudy day with the odd bit of sun coming through. And then those odd bits of sun coming through, we're like, wow, what was that? Like, where did that come from? It's like, no, it came from you. That's you. That amazing peak moment was a manifestation of your energy. You did that. And this is what we got to own. And I think part of what is freaking people out is they're afraid, as they are afraid of themselves. They are afraid of their own potential. It's massive, folks. It's massive. And if we could just start communicating, cooperating, and working through this, we are right there. We are right ready for a massive change. And I would be safe enough to say, bold enough to say that if you're feeling some really intense, difficult things happening, it's probably a sign that you are ready. This is it. You are on that precipice to jump and fly. And this is where my metaphor of the caterpillar to the butterfly and the imaginal cells, and how the caterpillar goes through the death struggle while its butterfly imaginal cells are starting to eat it as sustenance to become the butterfly. This is a truth. This is an energetic frequency truth that we need to, I believe we need to recognize, so that we can activate, we can move through this, because it seems that everything that part of us that wants to just be safe and just be taken care of and just stay in that warm, cozy bed, everything is directed towards blocking and misidentifying those frequencies that want us to truly heal. So hence, as an example, in my life, Raven passing, traumatic. I can't explain how traumatizing it is, and the grieving is intense, and it hasn't stopped, but I'm identifying these moments, extended moments, not a moment, but in that moment, identifying it and knowing that even though it feels intensely painful and grueling and excruciating on so many levels, it doesn't mean it's bad. There's some, imagine if a massive light frequency is coming to you that you have been trained against recognizing, not purposely, it's just reality. You've forgotten who you are, and your frequency is coming at you, but you've forgotten who it is, what it is. So it's abrasive. It's like the bandwidth is too big. You know, you get a migraine, you get whatever, overload. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good thing. What if you're running away from your true self? What if? Just as a maybe. So these are the things that I'm bringing up for inviting others to think about, because, you know, when I get swallowed up in a negative vibe or a thing that's coming up, it takes me a lot of effort to remind myself that that is not what's happening, that it's something else. And this has been my struggle, and this is also why I'm trying to communicate all this stuff in real time, is that as these little moments of recognition come through, I can get across my truth, because then the next moment I can be overwhelmed and overcome by struggle and grief and everything else. But those are important times as long as I can navigate them with my little GPS. So anyways, that's my blurb. I got to get on with my day. This was a bit of time well spent. I'm at almost 52 minutes. This is my longest ever, but it was important. It is important. So hopefully some of you listen to this. Well, the ones of you that need to listen to this will listen to it. That's the way I believe. I have to believe that. It's not going wasted. I feel that this talk is a very valuable one for people to listen to. But I do believe that if you're ready, you'll listen to it and you'll recognize it. If you're not, it just won't happen. So I got to trust in the bigger picture, right? So talk to you guys soon. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to make the best of my day, get as much done as I can. And I will talk to you soon. Love you all. Bye.